Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're new around here, my name is Connor and I make content primarily around camera related things, but everything from vlogs to tutorials to short films. Anyways, what today's video is it's a studio update vlog. I haven't made one of these things in 2.5 months now, which is it's kind of a lot of time. It's 75 days, which is 20% of a year. That's a fifth of 2019 ago. That really puts things into perspective. Anyway, what I'm gonna do before we jump into this is get some water. Let's do some water B-roll? Is that a thing? I don't know. Let's make it. Alright, well I have no clue if any of that turned out, but content, am I right? Well anyways, onto the desk setup, or not desk setup, studio update. The studio has evolved quite a bit. It's a little bit messy right now, but I figured as I clean it up, I could share with you guys all the things that I've done so far. So I figured I'd start by just showing you a broad, wide shot of the room. There you have it. Yeah, that view sucks. Let's just take it piece by piece. The biggest change you probably noticed first is now I have this love seat or couch here. Let's move this out of the way. And so I used this when I filmed my I Traveled 10,000 Miles video. And so we got to see it a little bit in that Dan Gribb sound collab. But this is the height that we were able to get it at. But yeah, I like it because it is great to do a talking head segment. What we had done is we shifted the bed. It's actually on sliders, so you can easily move it in and out. Oh, and so I can easily shift it out, so if I'm using a wide angle lens, then I don't have this guy in that shot. But yeah, then the next change is obviously the desk that is now in this orientation. It used to be that the desk was like this. This table I got from a client, but I completely changed that around, and now this is the new setup. So let's break this down piece by piece. First thing I've got here is my tripod so that I can do an angle like this. Move this out of the way. And so what that leaves is my laptop here where I have a dual monitor setup. And then yes, the blazing obvious video game stands for my speakers. Yes, I need to go to the hardware store or something and create a better solution than these two stacked things. It's a little sketch. But then onto all this crap, I have, yes, an Apple keyboard. I like the feel of it. I got it from a client and it's free and it works and it's amazing. What I actually did was I set up a auto hotkey thing on my computer. I don't know if you guys have ever done that, but you can change the keys. So like the command key on Mac is default to the Windows key, but you can completely change those things around. I've added in a page up, page down, home, and end key because it doesn't come with that, and I remapped the F1 through 12 keys to do things like volume. I could do a video on that if you guys want, but that's not what this one's about. Just explaining why I have that when I have a Windows computer. But then my glorious hard drive setup here, I have a 4 terabyte, and then this is an old internal 256 gigabyte SSD that initially was the boot drive in my computer, but now I've updated my laptop. I put in a NVMe M.2 hard drive for my boot, and I got a new Samsung 1 terabyte drive to replace that one. So for any computer people, there you go. For any non-computer people, sorry for boring you. This looks pretty bad, so good enough. All right, let's shift over to this guy here. And, oh, I need to get rid of this guy. What this is a case so that I could mount my phone I partook in a Moment Film Festival competition with my friends from college. And this case is for my phone. I initially had a step-up ring on here so that I could put my ND filter for my camera onto this. And it increased the overall size and weight so that I could balance it on my Ronin M, actually, which worked out really well. I'll link that. But then what I've got here, I don't know if I ever talked about this before, but I have different bins for each thing. So in here, this is like random stuff that I actually use a lot. and some checks I need to get rid of. I've cashed them all, but yes. Then I've got some of my favorite books. Continuing on, for this bin, I have some extra lights. This is random stuff. Also got a PM hat. And then down here, this I think is GoPro things. Yep, toolkit and extra storage stuff for bins. Oh, and then charging block down there. This is gonna be grainy. I have a power strip down here for my laptop monitor, all that stuff that runs up to the top. And then the final bit of charging stuff is down here on the ground. This stuff is all of my drone things. Shout out to Elliot. Also, he made an amazing vlog, by the way. Check it out here. And yeah, this is just kind of a random cabinet. I should channel my inner Becky and Chris and actually style this thing to make it look better than just a couple random Legos and items from Washington, D.C. This is actually pretty cool. So yeah, I think that pretty much sums it up. Oh, wait. Final thing would just be that I have a whole bunch of bags underneath here. One case for the Ronin, bag for the old drone that I had, backpack, actual camera backpack, tripod, Joby, etc. And then of course I still have these track lights up here that I use to angle onto my setup, and I have that one color temperature bulb that's an original one to give color contrast. So yeah, 1/5 of a year later, we've got the next studio update vlog. But I'm really liking this space so far. I like this spot with these bookshelves in the background. Makes for a great angle that I really enjoy. You saw it a little bit earlier in a previous video. See my thoughts and my views on said topic. But yeah, I know I said at the end of my last one that I have at least 2 more episodes upcoming, which that is true. There's this one, and then I still need to put my photos up on the wall. So if you guys have any places you recommend getting things printed at, I have a lab in mind, but I'm down to hear what you guys think for putting my art up on the walls. Oh, and then I'll probably do an update or maybe just a side project with Dan Gribb for getting the stands for my speakers so I don't just have them stacked on video game cases. Because it's sketch, and I probably could sell those video games because I don't play them so much anymore for a little side money. Gary V. Hustle. Flip life. But yeah, I think that's going to do it. Thanks so much for hanging out with me in this video. Please consider liking and subscribing if you're interested and you want to see more. My next video is probably going to be a tutorial. I'm going to actually start making some of those beginner photography videos that I talked about 2 or 3 months ago. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great rest of your day, or start to your week, or whatever you're doing whenever you're watching this. Peace. I think I've gone too far. Just look at this setup. Like for real, all this, just so we can see some water. All of that was just for one half-second clip.